Hello, welcome to this on-demand event today. My name is John Sheik. I'm here from UniTasterDays, and with these on-demand events, we introduce you to studying different subjects at university. And today is one that's one of the harder ones for me to pronounce of the hundreds we've done, and that's Pharmaceutical and Cosmetic Science. So we're going to talk about why you might be interested in studying the course, application tips, careers, and so much more. But I'm joined today, really delighted to say I'm joined today by Venu, joining us from the University of Bradford, who is our resident expert for this programme, who's going to tell us all about it. So, Venu, firstly, really warm welcome to you and welcome to the platform. Do you mind just if we start by telling us why students might be interested in studying pharmaceutical and cosmetic science at university?
Thank you, John, for having me here. Uh, Pharmaceutical and Cosmetic Science is basically a multi-sectoral program which has underpinning formulation sciences same, and the end users, for example, in one case it is medicines development like vaccines, tablets, capsules, lotions, suspensions, and on the other side it is about personal care products. We are talking about toiletry hygiene and cosmetic products, lipsticks, lip balms, things like that. So the end users are different. The regulatory bodies that governs both side of the products are different. Otherwise, formulation science is same. Then students will have an opportunity to go into the interested areas. They learn the same thing, and then they go into the interested areas of sectors. And why why pharmaceutical and cosmetic science is relevant to the universities. For example, Cosmetic Cluster UK has done some survey around. They work with the national curriculum development and education and skill set. They were trying to do these surveys. Then, what their findings suggest that there are only 12.5% of population studied, trained people are there in the industry. And there is a science industry partnership survey says that by 2030, there are about 130 thousands of pharmaceutical background technical trainees, I mean technical skilled people are required in the industry. So these sites of requirement, is also well placed, and students can able to make use of this opportunity.
Right, let's take it to another level then. So, students kind of watching this, thinking, "Yeah, this sounds really interesting." If they if they're now exploring actually studying it, do you mind just giving me an idea of what they can expect on a pharmaceutical and cosmetic science course?
Uh, Well, given the nature of the program they are going to study, they will be in a place to learn about the uh, skills around how to develop the medicine and how to laboratory skills you are looking into. And then they will be also involved in something like cosmetic side we are talking. Then there is a entrepreneurship you expect them to learn through the program. And then they can also, when you talk of cosmetics, you can think of inclusive cosmetics. For example, different skin tones, it could be, are different uh, gender-free cosmetics or formulations you can make, and they will be involved in digital advances they could take on. For example, artificial intelligence, it is now currently growing, so they can tap on those advances onto the program, and then they can really look into the innovation side of the both pharmaceutical and cosmetics. For example, somebody is talking about gelatin free pharmaceuticals, so how to make them, things like that, are sustainability. When you made products, they are environmentally safe. These are the aspects they would be interested in, and paying attention to learning and using in their daily lives.
It sounds fascinating. I've got to say, Veni, we cover lots of subjects on this platform, and some subjects it's kind of self-explanatory the type of things that students will do. This one is not like that, so I'm learning as much as anyone else that's listened to this. So thank you. Right, so say students now they're thinking, what this sounds like a really interesting area. They might have a real interest in like the sustainability side. They might have interest in other areas you mentioned. But say if they want to go ahead then and actually apply for the program. Do you mind just giving us a few application tips when it comes to applying for a course like Pharmaceutical and Cosmetic Science?
I would uh, go on to give a couple of hints about the application. For example, the students who are interested in something like innovation and still they wanted to use science space, probably this is what you are looking into. Or you have some creative elements within you, or you wanted to start your own spin-off, startup company. This is something you could think of doing. And in terms of expectations from the students, uh, there are, STEM subjects. Students are coming from the STEM areas and interested in joining here. And students who wants to do the pharmacy originally, and this is closely connected to the pharmacy program, meaning where in pharmacy you do involve in clinical aspects, you probably interact with the patients. Here you are trying to help the patients healthcare wise by involving in manufacturing side. Basically you set the dose for the patients, you you look into what happens if the tablet goes into the body, how it is going to behave and how stable it is, how much it is going into the blood and going to sort your problem. In terms of cosmetics, how about when you do some when you look at the literature, what it suggests is some of the women students are interested in cosmetics because they wanted to help somebody feels good. And some male students say that I wanted to be involved in product development. So in terms of expectations from the university, if you have broad base in science, probably you will be looking into this as a opportunity where you are trying to apply your knowledge rather than study the fundamentals, but you're trying to use your fundamental knowledge into something societal benefit and something revenue generator, and for the industry, highly skilled technical workforce. How you do it, you do through the lab work and then learning through the various modules, but you'll also do the placement and you build the rapport with the industry, and that is an contact point for you after the program. If you decide that is what you want to do, you go there and do it. And if you wanted to go for further studies, you obviously look for masters and PhD and then go for higher level studies as well, and then you can continue your journey in that route. What is expected if you have chemistry or biology, or for that matter, any of the science subjects would help you. We have students coming from the foundation year. They have certain base built in. Most of the programs in the nation, wherever this pharmaceutical and cosmetic elements are there, they would provide some baselining in the beginning that would help them to set the stage and then go on to pursue their dream through this program. And once they complete, probably they are looking into various industry routes. If you talk of the careers, for example, um, they will go on to, nutraceutical, food, pharmaceutical, cosmetics. These are the areas you are looking into because you are involved in gels preparation, creams, ointments, lip balms, lipsticks, toothpaste, sprays, inhalers, injections, things like that. You are involved in making them. So that make you ready for going into the industry and making your value felt in the industry, and you can be part of that innovation and global challenges. In terms of educational qualifications, I think what you need is critical thinking and problem solving skills that you wanted to demonstrate through your applications. In your personal support statement, you wanted to you may have done some voluntary experience or work experience. It may not be directly linked to the program, but what that means to you, how transferable those skills are to the program that you wanted to do, you wanted to clearly state. And how about you study in the small groups? How about studying in student facing, student central learning and teams? That would be probably will develop some collaborative skills, critical thinking, which will make you, communication, help you building that communication that will be make you ready to go into the market, basically.
Wow, Venu, I was actually going to ask you about careers, but you beat me to it, so I really appreciate that. Loads of things you said there are so kind of topical. You know, you mentioned earlier on about your vaccines. You mentioned about entrepreneurship, innovation. Like this is going to, for a lot of students, this is really going to be so attractive to them in terms of the skills they'll develop on the program. I just wanted to finish, Venu, just by asking you one final question. If you look at kind of your own journey, so I'd imagine you teach on the program. It'd be great for listeners watching to just get an idea of kind of your background and what you brought you to this point.
Thanks, John. I am basically involved in the medicines development from the solid dosage forms. You think of tablets, powders, so that can easily translatable into the makeup, for example, concealing, primer, things like that. You could also, this is all about the powders again, how stable they are, and then what is the analysis of them, and then how you formulate them, what are the ingredients that goes into the mix, and then what are their roles in building up. Otherwise, I'm currently a researcher teacher at the university. I'm also leading the program. So what I am currently emphasizing is around the drug resistance, how certain drugs become not usable because of the drug resistance. So can we understand it better, and then oh, how the microbes are playing against these drug resistance through the tropical diseases I am working on to understand more. And recently I'm trying to understand working with the skin diseases for the adolescent and adult population, for example, acne, eczema, things like that. And then again, you can think of these are both sides, cosmetics as well as pharmaceutical. You can see them relevant here. How the medicines are prepared, or the cosmetic gel is prepared, and then how it is going to absorb through the skin, and how it is going to play. Any innovation can be made. These are the sort of things going on currently in my laboratory.
Venu, thank you so much. The final thing for me to do is just to say a big thank you to you. It's been such an interesting conversation. I've learned loads, and no doubt anyone listening has learned loads as well. So that's Venu joining us from the University of Bradford. Venu, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, John.